Davis and Nick Mullins.
Thank you very much, Craig. Very good afternoon to everybody. We are awaiting the teams, often a sense of unease when Wales play these South Sea Islanders these days. Embarrassing memories of a couple of World Cup defeats still lingering in the memory. Western Samoa in Cardiff in 1991, the whole of Samoa 8 years later, and they were very nearly tipped up by Fiji a year ago today. Rescued by a Nicky Robinson drop goal, a very nervy 11-10 win, and that bunch of managers will know that this team have a test today, led out this afternoon by Duncan Jones, the Neath Swansea Osprey, the captain, back in the starting lineup and leading his country for the first time at home. He skippered them for a couple of tests in Argentina over the summer. Very, very proud moment for Duncan Jones. The combined might of Samoa, Fiji and Tonga playing together for the very first time in the Northern Hemisphere. They came together once before a couple of years ago to play 3 tests against a very strong New Zealand, Australia and South Africa setup. But this is a real opportunity to showcase Pacific Islands rugby. And the teams walking out together on the 11th day of the 11th month before the thunder and lightning of the match. We will have a moment's reflection on Remembrance Weekend. Semo Satiti doubtless giving particular thought, and Simon Raiwalui to the South Sea Islanders who fought with the Anzac nations, Australia and New Zealand in World War II. They have their own Anzac Day services in April. And the 2 captains, Jones and Raiwalui, will lay reeds on the 10-metre line before we have a moment's pause, a moment to remember the millions who've lost their lives in wars around the world, and to remember those who continue to lose their lives in conflict today.
Your attention, please. Every evening since 1928 at precisely 8 o'clock, the last post, the traditional salute to the fallen warrior, has been played under the Menin Gate Memorial in Belgium. This daily tribute, performed by a team of local buglers, serves to honour the memory of the soldiers of the British Empire who fought and died in the immortal Ypres salient during the First World War. Today will be the 26,835th day of the last post ceremony in Belgium, while here at the Millenium Stadium it will be our second Remembrance Day test. Please will you stand for a minute's silence on this Armistice Day as we honour those men and women who laid down their lives so that we could be free. Included amongst those who fell were hundreds of Welsh rugby players and supporters, and the following 16 Welsh rugby internationals: Charles Taylor, Billy Green, Richard Williams, Lou Phillips, Dick Thomas, Johnny Williams, David Watts, Charlie Pritchard, Horace Thomas, Brinley Lewis, David Westacott, Phil Waller, Fred Perrett, Cecil Davis, John Evans and Maurice Turnbull. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. The last post. Well, thank you.
Now, a special moment, a world premiere, if you like, the Civetao, the traditional Pacific Islands Challenge. As we've never seen it before, it's made up of the most aggressive elements of the hackers from Samoa, Fiji and Tonga. They've been busy practicing their steps on the bus to and from training this week. We'll see how the practice has been going. Might recognise the familiar figure of Freddie Tuolangi on the left-hand side, and I followed the bus on the way back from training on Tuesday, and it was rocking by a traffic light, and the locals were wondering what on earth was going on. Now, accompanied by the band of the Royal Welsh Regiment and the Morriston Male Voice Choir, here's Wyn Evans singing My Hen Wlad Fern Hadai. Never anything less than stirring. Now, there have been one or two concerns this week that Wales are taking a risk, making so many changes to last Saturday's team. Coach Gareth Jenkins prefers to see it as a graphic illustration of the depth of the squad. There are certainly one or two countries not so far away who might cast an envious eye over this supposed second string. It's an entirely different set of forwards, with flanker Alan Wynne-Jones playing in his first test at home, and prop Chris Horsman free of the red tape that stopped him appearing last week. Wales' latest fly-half hero, James Hook, is shifted to centre today to give Kerry Sweeney a rare start at 10. Sonny Park has been persuaded out of international retirement. He partners Hook in midfield. Now, the Pacific Islands, the British Lions with palm trees, if you like, and although they're only together for a week, this is a pack that will more than stand its ground. Simon Raiwalui, Semo Satiti and Nili Latu all capped in their individual countries. 3 of them play in the English Premiership. Another 3 played against the Lions in New Zealand. In the backs, plenty of big rockets with short fuses. Lumi Fartau and Silosi Tangithak in bow promise to leave vapour trails up and down the wings. Amongst those sitting impatiently on the bench, the 22-year-old Llanelli Scarlet centre Gavin Evans, wondering if today will be the day he makes his Welsh debut. Our referee is only 27. England's Wayne Barnes, one of the youngest in the business. Donald Courtney and Rob Debney patrol the touchlines. Well, it rained through the open roof yesterday evening. It's been dry and blustery so far today, and the second of this autumn's Invesco Perpetual Test matches gives Wales a golden opportunity to win for the first time in 9 months. It's the Islanders who kick off, and Kerry Sweeney in red playing at 10, who gets away a first clearing kick, and we will begin the challenge with the line out. Two teams, really, Jonathan, who will be getting to know each other over these opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. And the main thing for Wales is, as we all know, is trying to keep everything tight. Line out when you line out. Carry the ball well and keep the scrums tight.
3, 2, 1.
Henry Schwolger, the Wellington and Samoa hooker, throws in and it's stolen immediately by Gavin Thomas. The St Islanders worried about the line out all week. They've kept it simple, and this is Alex Popham charging down the wing. Gathers, drives to the line, and does he score?
Lost forward from Red.
It was lost forward. Wayne Barnes saw the knock on.
First reaction there, if he holds on, does momentum carry him over to score? I thought he panicked a little bit. If he'd have kept onto the ball, would he have scored? Just watch him. He's there, he's there. Hold on, hold on. Oh, I think he...
Take the hit, please,
It was a worrying start for these Islanders. They knew that the line-out might be a worry. They've kept things simple. Now another area that they've been concentrating on, the scrum. The free kick goes against Wales early on, though, and it's driven forward by the uncapped Tongan Hale Tipole. And this is Salala Mapasua. Inside to the fullback, Norman Lingiri, the Fijian with 41 caps, influential 31-year-old. You recall him being your man of the match when Fiji came a-calling a year ago.
Well, I think one of them playing open rugby, but slightly suicidal at the moment.
Taken in by the skipper, Simon Raiwalui, cleared by the fly half, Tusi Pisi.
Still unfound touch.
Doesn't find touch. This is Morgan. Inside to Michael Phillips. He is a big lump at 9. We'll remember him playing so well against the French at the back end of the Six Nations. Had his best match for Wales, Phillips. And he's back at scrum half today. Dwayne Peel watching on. Ball inside from James Hook, who was clattered.
Be very careful.
And he was clattered late by Seru Rambini.
Well, that's what you're going to get.
Taken quickly by Phillips. Wales running rather than going for the 3 points that were on offer.
Number 8,
they'll have another penalty.
Be positive.
Tipole, the one fingered for not rolling away. Now
yeah,
they might go for the points. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Already spoken.
Tipole, biggest day of his rugby career so far, although he nearly inspired Southlands to a famous win against the British Lions last summer. He scored a try in a match that Gavin Henson will remember. He scored a couple of tries himself the week before he was left out of the test side, but Tipole comes with a reputation, as do so many of these Islanders. But here's a moment for Kerry Sweeney. Yeah, after his 27th cap, he wins his 28th. He's not started at 10 for 2 years in a test match. This is what he was brought back for. Kicking well this season in the Celtic League. And kicking well early on against the Pacific Islands. The pressure brings the first 3 points of the afternoon. They go to Wales. It's Wales 3, the Islanders 0.
Well, a lot of confidence for Sweeney.
Okay, on you.
Restarts taken in by Popham.
Runaway 6.
Starting now at 8 for 4 of the last 5 matches. Here's Sweeney with the long clearing kick. Won't find touch. This is Tipole, and he knocks on.
Forward, wait for your backs to bring you on,
had
please.
4 days to train this week. All a little bit rusty after the long trip from the other side of the world, and he will be furious with that.
Closer, please, your ball.
Laying his bag at Tonga's door now, rather than New Zealand, having committed himself to the Pacific Islands. Nothing legally binding about it. He might still one day play for New Zealand, but they made a moral commitment to play now for the Islanders as Wales bring the ball away. Lovely ball from Sonny Parker, clearing up to Jones on the left wing. Ball cleared forward, and well, Lingiri needed to be aware, and he was, but Wales breaking quickly and with intent.
Well, they can't defend, you know, man on man that far out. That's what happened, and you got Mark Jones free on the outside. Did well to get back.
Let
Ligari.
him run.
Sweeney.
There's nothing they can't do. Kick loosely.
Let him run.
That was a problem at the opening stages against the
you're okay.
Australians last Saturday. Some loose kicking cost them. Didn't really settle early on against Australia either. That would have been one of the watchwords.
Waiting,
Well, they didn't have much possession last week. Australia totally dominated the first 20 minutes, possession and territory. I think they won't have that problem today.
Clearing kick from PC. Doesn't find touch. Morgan almost up to halfway. Ball was lost forward. This is Moses Railuni, the Saracens fly half, the Fijian.
Run away, no hands.
Has the support of Nili Latu, the Tongan captain.
Advantage over.
So much experience in this Islands team. It's just a question of gelling. Can they come together to mount a real challenge to this new look Welsh team? Morgan, long clearing kick. Will be picked up by the rumbling figure of Seru Rambini. The injuries prevented him making much of an impact at Leicester during his 2 years. He's having to work hard to get that ball back, but
15, keep rolling, please.
Gabby Morgan has been penalised for not rolling away on the tackle.
15 red, clear the tackle zone.
Well, they showed their intent, haven't they, the Pacific Islanders? So whereas now they've got to switch on when the chase. You've got to keep that line, nobody rushing up out of the defensive line. And they should cope with it. They are very, very dangerous runners. This is what will happen. Boom. That is high, and he is very, very lucky that that wasn't a yellow card, Rabini. Very early in the game, he was late and he was high. That hook took it on the chin, so to speak.
Gone 50.
Tipole rising highest at the tail of the line out, and this is Salala Mapasua, signed for London Irish a month or so ago. He'll create big holes if he can, as will this man, another London Irish star, Salosi Tangi-Thakimbao, inside to the fly half Tusi Pisi, who plays for North Harbour, one of the uncapped players in this team. Not many of them. There he is again, Pisi, wide out. Ngiri taking the long way round.
No hands.
So many of these players as well, Jonathan, with the experience of the Sevens circuit, that's where they made their names, and they are explosive runners. Lingiri is one of them.
It's still in, wait there.
And they still have possession. PC, wondering what his options are. It's Daniel Leo, the Wasps lock. And Joe Worsley out of the Wasps side at the moment. No mean operator, Leo. Impressed for Samoa a year ago in these parts. This is Nili Latu, the Tongan skipper. Best phase of play from the Islanders so far. PC inside to Mapasua. Leo was on hand and ball
pass
just drifted forward.
Yeah, they're playing lateral and keeping the ball well, but there's no one really getting over that gain line. Good defence by Wales so far.
Now let's find out what's happening on the touchline. Sonia McLaughlin has news.
Yes, Inoki Afiaki wearing his Llanelli colours with pride today. Captain of the Pacific Islanders 2 years ago. Inoki, what are your expectations of them 2 years on?
Yeah, they've come over here, and I mean the preparation hasn't been that great, but the lads are professional rugby players, and it's a little bit like the Barbarians team, the British Barbarians team, where you've got excellent players that join forces, and it shouldn't be too long before we see the ball really being spun wide. But they've made a few mistakes to start off with. That should change, hopefully. Everyone's hoping for a lot of tries to be scored today.
Thank you.
Watching James Hook in training yesterday evening, and he gives the ball a wallet, doesn't he? He has all the facets to be a terrific player. We don't want to heap too much on his young shoulders just yet, but yeah, it all seems to be in place, Jonathan.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, got all the skills in the world. It's just a question of controlling a match. That's what he's got to, learn at the regional level, and maybe that's why he's not on the run at 10. Sean Connor's playing well. He just needs to read the game, understand the game. He did it last week. More games.
Hook's first start in a home test today as Lingiri struggles to hang on to the ball. It's picked up by Michael Owen, playing it in the second row as Michael Phillips drives the ball forward, and Tanguy Thakimbao on the wrong wing, needed out in defensive detail. And this is Rambini, held up though, 15 metres from their own line, and there was panic stations. Ireland tacklers not rolling away. Wales have the penalty.
Come from your side, please.
I'd take the points again, I would. Build a score, give it a confidence.
Gate, please.
I think confidence is so high in the squad, they're going to go for the catch and drive.
No screaming today.
It's Kerry Sweeney playing today with Stephen Jones nursing his knee ligaments. Jones might be back for Canada. I suspect more likely New Zealand.
Here's your hooker.
Big day for Kerry Sweeney. Big day for Rhys Thomas as well. Challenged to improve his accuracy at the line-out. It's the reason he wasn't playing a week ago. And that one will do, finding Rob Sidoli, the front jumper. And now the drive comes on, challenging the Islanders to an arm wrestle with the try line in sight. They'll have a penalty.
Simon, back you go, captain.
Still in control, still in control.
Still playing your advantage, Red. Your advantage.
Now they've got to use the ball. It's on the floor. Phillips to Sweeney. The advantage is still there, as if they can't make the most of this, which Hook can't.
And collapse.
And we'll come back for a catalogue of offences. In on the wrong side, collapsing them all. They all lead to one thing, a penalty for Wales.
Will they go again, or will they go for another try?
Interesting decisions. Scores on the board might settle nerves. Clearly Wales feel they don't need to settle nerves. They have the confidence to take this big Pacific Islands pack on. Thomas needs to get the throw right first, and he does. Again, they go to the front. It's picked out by Owen.
It's good defence, really, by the Islanders.
Duncan Jones.
Good run, Duncan Jones.
Back you go.
Phillips barges over. Does he get the touchdown? Moses Railuni was underneath.
Time off.
Now, what does Wayne Barnes have to say?
Can you tell me if that's a try, yes or no, please? We don't believe it is, so can you tell us yes or no?
Well, that's usually what you want from the TMO.
George Clancy from Ireland is in our trucks in the car park watching these pictures, and he will decide if Michael Phillips gets the ball down, and you can see that he doesn't. And well played, Moses Railuni, the 31-year-old, using all of his experience to rescue the Islanders.
Yeah, and also the hand of Simon Raulu is in there, isn't it, somewhere? Yeah, that's a good tackle, because Michael Phillips is a tremendously strong ball carrier and runner, so, but you know, that's never ever a try, so let's get on with the game.
I'm going to come that side next time.
Well, we said it before, here's
Wayne, can you hear me? Yes, I've got you, George.
6'3".
It is not a try. Thank you, held up over line. No try, scrum, red.
A combination of Rauluni and Raiwalui mean that it remains at 3-0.
Now then, we've got the two lineouts. Let's see how strong the Welsh scrum is.
Let's go.
One area where they'll want to dominate.
Same ball.
Well, it's an interesting area, this, because I was talking to Mike Casey, the scrum coach yesterday, who has observed how the Welsh back row sometimes hang off the scrum, and they think that if it isn't an 8-man shove from Wales, they'll have the opportunity of causing some damage here. And the penalty goes against Chris Horsman. Interestingly, Duncan Jones suggesting there might have been a punch in the middle of that.
Yeah, Horsman, quite surprising there. That would be one of his strengths.
Horsman, the near side, up against Justin Va'a, the Glasgow Warriors and Samoan prop, and it's Horsman who's been penalised.
Guards still good. Thank you. Just a little bit more, please. Thank you.
I saw the Welsh scrum perform wonderfully in a similar position against Australia a week ago. It was a match-saving scrum, wasn't it? Won the ball back, but that one needs improvement as Tipole takes the ball in at the line-out for the Islanders, who been playing for nearly 15 minutes and trailed by just the 3 points. Kerry Sweeney's early penalty.
Not the side. Hands away, Red.
Up by Satiti. One of the players who has experience of playing in Wales, had a spell with Cardiff. And this is Tanguy Thakimbao, who is a terrific runner if he gets the chance, and the tackle needed to be made by Sonny Parker. Ball still back on the Islanders' side. Rambini to Mapasua. The scrum, the fly half PC takes them up to halfway. Ball's loose. And Wales have turned it over. Sonny Parker back in the Welsh red, picked up by Mark Jones. And the tackle was from Mapasua, and it was the
numbers now.
Taken on by Jones, Alan Wynne-Jones.
Still got a bit of pace out wide.
This hook out to Jones, who gives and goes. One man to beat. Goes around Norman Lingery. He's been scoring some cracking tries this season. Mark Jones, the Llanelli Scarlet. And in the week he celebrated his 27th birthday. We will go to the video referee.
A lot of people say that he was unlucky not to get his place last week. He is certainly on fire playing for the Llanelli Scarlets. And he absolutely skinned two players there. Let's just check if his foot is on the line.
Video referee is watching this.
That big black line across the screen.
Well, oh gosh, not as close, but it's not on the whitewash. Again, checks, backs his pace, and he's never in touch this time, is he?
That was the earlier one, wasn't it? The earlier one.
That is. If he gets another angle from that angle, let's see.
On the line is out.
In my way there.
Ooh, that's a try, isn't it? You've got to give benefit of the doubt. I think you've got to give it. I think that's a try.
It's the right heel there, which I think is just infield. The decision is George Clancy's.
That is a fantastic finish for a winger, that is. Fantastic finish.
I saw him score one of the tries of the season so far against London Irish. He skinned Topsy Ojo on the outside, playing for the Scarlets in the Heineken Cup at the Medeski Stadium. And he's done it again.
All right. That's quick.
Norman Lingery showed him the outside route, and Mark Jones bought the ticket.
That's a try. You've got to give it now. You know, that is world-class finishing, you have to say. You know, that's very, very difficult to score and skin two players from there. You've got to give it. There is no evidence not to give it.
What do you reckon? Close, isn't it? Close. If it's touching the line. If he's touching the line, he's out.
Simon Ryder-Lewis adding his threepence worth. He says he was in touch. We're going to have
George,
one more look.
doing?
George
Just one more
Clancy
look,
not
please,
sure.
Thank you very much.
I guess if you've been asked to give a decision, you might as well get the right decision. He needs to make sure in his own mind that Mark Jones doesn't clip the touchline. We'll have one more look. What do you think?
No, he doesn't. I've seen it enough now. Yeah, I can't see why the try shouldn't be given. That's the thing.
When I have a decision,
Thank you very much.
he is in play. You may award a try.
Okay.
Eventually, we get the decision, and Mark Jones scores the first try of the day. Career that was nearly ended by two horrific knee injuries.
Is he already off?
He's scoring again for his country. Kerry Sweeney, 80% kick it record in the Celtic League this season.
Great strike.
And a 100% kicking record in this match so far. Jones's try and the 2 points for the conversion mean Wales lead by 10 points to 0.
As the ball comes out, you know, we can keep it running, keep it running, keep it running. They recycle the ball very, very quickly. And as the ball comes to him there, stop it there. This guy is a back row forward, and the space is down the touchline, you know. So it's a fantastic run. He just stands him up and goes on the outside. But again, he's got another problem with the full back. Does him as well. That's a great try, but the awareness to spot the back row forward, first of all, superb wing play.
White ball, nice big gap
And
there.
while all that was going on, the Pacific Islanders have made a substitution. Salosi Tangi Thakimbao, the London Irish left wing, has gone off.
3-man, I've told you.
He is with his leg up, and it looks as if it's a problem with his left thigh, doesn't it? And he's been replaced by the Saracens back, Kameli Katuvu. So an early change for the Islanders, and they've conceded a try as well, and they're 10 points down with 16.5 minutes gone here in Cardiff.
Advantage over. Roll away, no hands. Keep rolling.
The Wales 10-metre line.
Roll away.
Looney waits.
Back feet, make
for
sure,
the
Captain.
forwards to do the dog work at the moment.
No problem.
And the ball was spilt forward,
No full back at home.
which was noticed by Robert Sadoli.
Don't shout at me, please.
Yeah. Not the greatest
No,
kick.
he's okay.
In hindsight, should have kept it in hand. There we are. Straight kick. The idea was good. No full back. Ligari was in the defensive line, but just hooked it into touch.
Just for the uninitiated, if you're outside the 22, the ball has to bounce.
It just showed that on the pick and drive, they, you know, they did well. Got
One
good,
out the line, red, one out the
good
line.
yardage.
One out the line.
Targets for the other forwards. They've just got to make some inroads into the Welsh defence first before they throw the ball about, because the Welsh defence is very well organised.
Islanders shortening the line out. This is Schwalger, who's overtaken Trevor Leota as the Samoan hooker these days, and that was loose, and it's picked up at the back by Jones, the skipper today. Infield to Horseman. That was a big tackle on Horseman by VAR. We have another look at that, but Wales continue to press with the try scorer of a minute or so ago, Mark Jones.
All feet.
Phillips hits the ball out from underneath his feet.
Well, they've got numbers on the right-hand side. If they can
keep rolling.
shift it, outside shoulder of
And roll
Rabini.
away. No hands, back feet. Thank you.
Phillips to Sweeney. Delicate little chip, which Lingiri runs onto. Tackled by a combination of Parker and Sweeney.
Back feet, back you go, 6.
Looney waits. This is PC. I'm not sure that Rambini was expecting that. He was caught on his heels somewhat. Sarah Rambini on the left wing, and although he got there eventually, it wasn't the brightest kick, and it's a little communication breakdown there as Kevin Morgan clears the touch.
Gone all right. Guard's good. You've got the line red. How many sides?
The line not really.
4.
Still waiting for his first Wales win. Gareth Jenkins, heartbeat of Llanelli and the Scarlets for so many years. One or two wondered if his time had come and gone in terms of coaching his country, but there he is now in charge of operations and watching on.
Another line out gone.
Popham to Thomas. This is Hook. Bouncing ball, and Morgan couldn't collect it. Giri, who's seeing the ball a lot, to Ratuvu. Kameli Ratuvu, the replacement. Bright future predicted for him. We'll see what he'll do over the next hour or so. This is Nili Latu.
Good play there, very good play by Sonny Parker. Had to make that tackle on the drift.
Red.
Just watch him. Had to get to him. Tries to offload and tackle. Latu loses the ball. There's another injury. Pacific Islanders are
Tell me it's a head injury.
one on the ground.
What stopped head injury?
Well, it's interesting to see.
It's not a head injury because there's a pack of ice on his guts.
What is it? Is it his head? His chest. Okay, thank you.
We've seen the last of him in a Welsh shirt. He retired from the Test arena a year ago. He said he'd fallen out of love with Test match rugby. Talked about setting up a restaurant, but he's falling back in love with Test match rugby, and he did well there, Sonny Parker.
Yeah, it's been well for the Ospreys this year as well.
No ball, wait, no ball. No ball. No ball.
Midway through the first half, 20 minutes gone. Wales 10, the Pacific Islands 0. Only score of the match, only try of the match, converted by Mark Jones. The kicks from this man, Kerry Sweeney, who finds the ball back inside to Mike Phillips. Lovely break from Morgan over the 10-metre line. Now the support. Thomas is there, but the ball was knocked backwards by Nili Latu.
No, wait there.
Islanders think the ball is theirs, and it is. Rambini, delicate kick for a
Gotta
big
be careful
man.
here.
The ball is bouncing dangerously, and it needed to be taken by Rhys Thomas, and it was.
Back feet, fella. Thank you, prop.
Phillips to Sweeney. Opts not to kick, decides to use hook. Lovely balanced runner. This is Mark Jones, who's come in to offer some support on this right-hand side. Phillips cuts inside. Nelly Latto again there with the tackle that was needed. Ralouni, turnover for the Islanders to Tisi, driven on by Rambini again. Ralouni to PC.
Oh, that was a chase up.
Runner charging through. And it was a chase for Lomi Fartau. I haven't seen much of Fartau so far in this match, but one of the deadliest finishes in the world, given the opportunity.
It's a shame, really, that that ball went over the touchline, because if it had gone, you know, behind the try line, that would have been a great foot race between Fartau and Mark Jones, two real speedsters.
Also the top try scorer in this season's Super 14, and when you're playing with the likes of Joe Rokothoku and Doug Howlett and Bertie Takiri, it is not a bad accolade to have, and Wales will know all about the threat posed by Lomi Fartau.
It was already formed, then you collapsed it.
Collapsing Moore, penalty to Wales.
Moore was formed, you had players around you, and then it went down.
Marks out of 10 so far.
Well, they'll be happy with the scoreline, 10 after 20 minutes. Some kind of pattern. You know, Wales are trying to spread the ball, but I think, again, some of the Welsh forwards need to carry a bit of the ball, because there are far too many Islanders, you know, out in the defensive line. Just tighten it up a little bit. A bit of go forward and then spread it. The Islanders, well, you know what happens when there's Pat Lam, Shane Howarth. Pat Lam, amazing record, been involved against Wales on 6 occasions, won 6.
The ball was loose at the line out, and look at Latto, got there first. He's a kind of kneel back style open side flanker, not the biggest, but he really punches well above his weight, and he has cult status back home, and he worked hard there to win this ball, which Sarah Rambini, the Leicester back, drives over halfway. This is Tipoli running straight through Chris Horsman. For the Otago Highlanders, Tipole, Tusi Pisi, back inside to Justin Varr.
Duncan Jones in the outside centre position. Now Sweeney's run to cover him there. That's where the attacks have gone. Turnover.
Phillips thought he sensed the gap, but it was filled by Camelia Ratuvu. I sensed that might have been full, but Wayne Barnes, the referee, happy. Up to halfway.
Duncan Jones's work rate is amazing on the field as a prop forward.
PC, oh, it's intercepted! And James Hook, we hope, will score lots and lots of international tries in his career. Very few will be as simple as that one. An interception and a stroll to the posts.
Well, that just shows what a clever footballer he is. He saw him winding the pass up, and he read it so well. Very easy deception try for James Hook. Just watch. Ball comes out. He's winding his pass up. There's a big gap there. He's just going to stroll into the hole. The pass hits him, really. Very, very simple try for James Hook. Just watch him. He winds it up. James Hook knows it's going to be a long pass. There's such a big hole there. And that is an easy run in for James Hook. Read it very, very well.
Second try in the early days of James Hook's international career, and the try converted by the number 10, Kerry Sweeney. 3 out of 3 for him so far. Wales have 2 tries, and I think they'll be very, very happy with this start.
Yeah, very happy. Look at that. He winds the pass up. Just reads it very well.
Same side. Right, thank you.
Plenty of talk as to whether he should play at 10 or 12. He's played plenty of times at 12 for the Ospreys this season. And his try, James Hook's try, means that it's Wales 17, the Pacific Islands 0.
Committed.
Just look at that. Possession of 63, territory 64. Which means really every time they've got the ball, they're trying to do something desperate with it. And the Welsh defence is coping very, very easy with it at the moment.
I've had a sense that the Islanders have struggled with their line-out. Let's have a look. They are struggling with their line-out.
Yeah.
Mahalo Schwalger has got to be more accurate than that. They've only had 4 days.
Lost 4, haven't they? No 5.
They've lost another one. It was taken in by Rob Sidoli.
Hands away, 5.
Trying to keep those line-out calls as simple as possible, but at international level, they're being picked off at the moment. And Lee Byrne, beneath Swansea Osprey, off that booming left foot, clears the touch.
Also, very subdued, aren't they, in the tackling department? Haven't seen many bone-crunching hits so far, and usually that lifts the side. Very, very quiet.
See how this one goes. It was a real stretch for Tipole to get the ball back on the white side. That's the halfway line. Schwalger, the hooker, muscles his way forward. Raluni to Tusi-Pisi, who spots a gap between Hook and Thomas. Now this is an opportunity. Driven on by Salala Mapasua. Can they do from this? Rambini goes down the blind side. Nili Latu in support. The support needs to be there quickly, and it is. Raluni. PC.
Good tackle.
Big tackle on Daniel Leo. This is Tipole. Puts his head down. Takes on Alan Wynne-Jones. Still Islanders ball, little chip ahead from PC, and Nili Latu's onto it, and so is Morgan.
Well read, Kevin Morgan.
Well, you could see what Latu thought of it. It wasn't a bad effort from PC.
There's the chip. Well played.
Bring them through.
Suggest that PC was trying to con the referee there, but he was nowhere near it as Nili Latu got his hands down.
Here we are. As the ball comes out, stop it there. These two are far too wide, and the gap just opens up down the middle there. They've got to be slightly tighter. In he goes. Inside ball, but good scramble defence by Mike Phillips. But don't want that to happen again, Wales.
It's okay, you won't buy numbers.
Thomas with the throw. And it's one at the tail by Jones. Sweeney to Morgan. Lovely flat ball. Morgan goes through, and it was so close to finding Mark Jones again, but one or two itchy fingers and the ball bobbled forward.
Lovely skills, that is. Those passes made the runner run onto the ball. Superb passes. And the pass nearly beats Rambini. That is a desperate tackle. Just get to him, but very good play. Wing play by Fatau.
Crouch and hold. Engage. Yes, please. No hands, red. Back feet 8. Move. Back you go, 9.
Ball there somewhere. It's cleared away by Lomi Fatau. Now watching on in our studio, Ryan Jones. Going to plan so far, Ryan?
Yeah, things are looking pretty good. I think we need to look in from up here. I think we need to focus a bit more on getting a bit more structure into the game and a bit more direction, because the concern is that we're starting to get caught up in the barbarian nature of the game, and I think that's playing into their hands. We seem to be going 1 or 2 phases and throwing 50-50s, or maybe just trying to force it a bit. Whereas I think if we take our time to get through the phases,
burst through, Morgan will score. Oh, that was great. Talk all week about using the ball off first base possession and using it effectively. And it's a defence that's only been scrabbled together this week, but it was split open very easily.
Yeah, lovely ball. He holds and holds and holds and holds. Goes through the holes. Very, very simple. Very simple. Great weighted pass.
It's about 10 to go.
Superb, easy. Easy, easy.
And the conversion, a simple enough one for Kerry Sweeney. 100% so far. And Wales now have 3 tries in this second half, and they have 24 unanswered points.
There we are, it's a lovely pass. It's the first pass that makes it.
Wales 24 up. And it's interesting to hear Ryan talking about the need to get the basics right first, but even without necessarily establishing that, they are still cutting big holes in this defence that's been cobbled together this week. Simo Satiti was working hard to get the ball back, but this is James Hook. Side to Phillips. Someone needs to act as scrum half, and it's picked up by Michael Owen. Shifted his 6'5" and 18-stone frame into the second row this week, normally a number 8. Wales defending the ball. Sidoli making sure that Phillips has clean access to it to feed Sweeney. Really get the distance on that he would have wanted, and it gave the scrum half Moses Railuni plenty of time to gather. It was a good take by the Saracens man.
Take the scrum, team go forward. So
and as a result of that take, the Pacific Islands will have the scrum.
No unintentional.
As the ball comes out, we just slow it there. Here's the player. Stop it there. He just holds it up, he does there, and the hole just opens up very late. You know, for Parker to run through, just hold and hold. They've drifted very early. Simple try. Simple try with a late ball from Kerry Sweeney.
Should we come sideways, gentlemen? Gentlemen, should we come sideways? One of the pallets has just come up. Come a bit closer. Stay square for me. Come down. Crouch, hold, engage! It slipped again. Sorry, gentlemen. The pallet's just come up. We moved that out of one.
You hear
gentlemen, this coming
Wayne
again.
Barnes, the referee, just talking about the pallets coming up, and it is something that I know the Millennium Stadium are very concerned about, the quality of the pitch at the moment, and it is really tested at this time, at scrum time, when it's churned up by a couple of tons of raw beef. The bosses are doing something about it. They're going to bring in some infrared lights to promote the growth of the roots, but for the time being, the poor old grass, which doesn't see much light, is taking a bit of a battering at the moment. And this is a big tackle on Mapasua. Terrific tackle by Lee Byrne. And Mapasua is used to handling those himself, but too many of the supporting players came in off their feet, and that's the reason for the penalty. But terrific tackle. Byrne upending Mapasua.
Yeah, Mapasua, and Byrne just spots it, comes in, lifts the leg in the tackle, puts him on the ground. Unfortunate for Wales. Infringement in the ruck.
The whole pallet moved.
You still hear Wayne Barnes chuntering on about that pallet.
They're all in.
That is something specific about this stadium, the fact that the grass is brought in on those metre square pallets, but the fact that a new stadium struggles with the grass growth isn't new. Driven on by Mapasua, terrific ball inside to the replacement, Ratuvu, and he's still going, and it needed to be a big tackle by Morgan, and it was. Otherwise, Ratuvu would have been away. They'll have the penalty, the Islanders.
Number 7, straight in at the side.
Well, great pace, great angle. First time they've been really cut from a set-piece play.
Now, Tusi-Pisi wondering from Simon Raivalui what the call will be. I would have thought kick to touch.
TCPC.
Oh, they're going for the scrum.
Well, considering the success rate of their line-out, Nick, you know, I think you'd want to go scrum, wouldn't you?
And the scrum has been holding up well. Mike Casey, the Auckland scrum coach, has had them working hard on the scrum machine this week. And they feel they can at least hold the Welsh in this position.
Pitch is turning up.
Well, you really, you know, feel they need something now, don't they?
Make sure we bind on his body.
Got to be
not
next
the
to
arm,
score,
thank
and
you.
they've got to try and have something before
Hold,
half-time,
please,
just to
Red.
give them a bit of impetus for the second half.
Move away. Gentlemen, it's all turned up again. Can we just crab in, please?
I think the players are struggling with their footing here. The Australians struggled last week. As I say, the Millennium Stadium's bosses are off to Holland next week to look at these infrared lamps which will promote growth. Twickenham uses them, Arsenal's new Emirates Stadium uses them, and the Millennium Stadium about to use them. Lovely ball inside to Serra Rambini, who is big and difficult to stop. Best opportunity the Islanders have had all half, but they've lost the ball. The ball was burgled away, and Sonny Parker was amongst those who managed to smuggle the ball back. And Kameli Ratuvu and his island mates have to start from deep again. Saracen takes the tackle on the 10-metre line. He's still going. Now he needs to roll back and try and get the ball back on the white side. He does it well, finds his teammate Railuni. That ball was knocked forward by Tusi Pisi. And Wayne Barnes is going to have a word.
Down. Number 7 in at the side, number 3 stepping across his path. Next one gives me no option, okay? Kick there, not now.
Gavin Thomas and
Kick
Chris
there,
Horseman
Simon,
were
the
two names that were called into the referee's office. 7 and 3.
You know what happens there? There's a bit of a left hook there by Nililatu. No, it's not, sorry. It was T-Pole, I think it was.
T-Pole.
T-Pole, is it?
Nililatu doesn't have any hair. T-Pole has enough for 5.
I know, so from a top shot. What it was? Paul Axley was, not just what. There's a left hook to the chin. Definitely Tipole.
Paul Axed and T-boned, and maybe the sighting officers will want another look of that later on. And this is another one for Justin Varr, and Varr's there.
Just going to check.
Now we're going to have another look, but Justin Varr thinks he scored.
Try, yes or no?
Well, he's happy and he thinks he's got there. And usually with the reaction of a player, it's a good tackle to get him over the touchline from there. They try their best. Try.
It was a combination of Gavin Thomas and Lee Byrne in tandem. Between them, they couldn't stop the bulk of Justin Varr, the Samoan prop, scoring the Islanders' first try, we presume. But again, George Clancy in the van in the car park will make up his mind, and well, this is the best shot. Does he touch the corner flag before he gets the ball down? And the answer's no.
Ball is down first.
We're going to have one more look. Watch his leg and the flag. Do they come into contact before the ball's down, or his arm?
I think the more times you see it, the good element of doubt that it puts in your mind, I think. So you can see that the ball's down, he scores.
His left elbow might be an issue as well, but the ball is down before the elbow hits.
Well, I think that Lee Byrne's arm hits the flag anyway. Just watch. This elbow hits the flag, the Welsh player, so the flag is out to play anyway because it's not there. Got to be a try.
Wayne,
thank you.
You may award a try.
Thank you very much.
And again, it takes some time, but we get there, and the Pacific Islands will not worry how long it took. Justin Varr scores their first try. It's 24-5 as we bear down on half-time. That's what Tusi Pisi has to deal with. Most inexperienced member of this squad. He was a late replacement for Auckland's Tessessa Levea. He kicks for North Harbour. That wasn't great. So it remains a 5-point score, but the Islanders are on the board. Justin Varr will have something to remember.
Well, a successful line out.
You've got about 2 minutes to play.
Simple play, really, just breaks. Lovely break, good support, and he's away.
By the skipper Simon Raiwalui.
Add some more, make sure back feet.
Hugely popular figure at Vicarage Road, Raiwalui, and remembered fondly as well from his days at Newport. Still lots of friends in this country. He's an absolute monster on the pitch, but one of the gentle blokes off it as the Samoans again give the interception try, and Lee Byrne will scuttle in around the posts for the second time. An interception try costs the Islanders. Mapasua was the man looking for the breakout wide, and Lee Byrne took advantage.
And again, the wound-up pass. Look, you can read that like a book. They've defended well, and you read it well, you get the rewards.
I think so. It's about a minute to play.
Two very, very easy interception tries, really. Daniel Leo comes in, but simple try.
First time he's been picked on the wing to start a test match, and he has a test match try, his second, and Kerry Sweeney finishes off proceedings for the first half with another kick. 100% record from the boot for Kerry Sweeney, and Wales have scored 4 tries. Lee Byrne with the 4th, Kevin Morgan, James Hook and Mark Jones before him. Just one for the Pacific Islanders. That efforts from Justin Va'a. And at half-time, Jonathan, it's a 26-point gap.
Well, you can see they've been thrown together, not much practice together, and they've thrown the ball about very, very loosely, and they've paid the penalty for it.
31-5 at the break.
Well, that's how it all finished up, but this is the tale of the half. A historic day in rugby, the first match the Pacific Islands played here on European turf. And of course, pretty tough to start with, but a lot of Welsh pressure in the opening 15 minutes. And finally, Mark Jones got that touchdown. And who else but James Hook scores his second try for Wales. And then the tries just kept coming. Kevin Morgan, and he really was the centre of the action so far in this first half. The Islanders tried, and finally that was rewarded. Justin Va'a getting his try on 37 minutes. And then Lee Byrne, well, just to cancel it out on 39 minutes. So, Wales are dominating. This is how it all worked out. It's 31-5 at half-time. Let's get into Sonia Sees on the touchline.
Well, playing for Wales, in Wales, as he does, for Llanelli and Enoki Afiaki, you know exactly what the Welsh are capable of. They deserve that lead, don't they?
Oh, they are playing some sublime rugby. They've got all their systems sorted out, and they're just playing well within the things that they know they can do well. They've obviously studied the way the boys carry the ball, and they've got a bit more footage to use than what we have, and they're just doing it so well. The Island boys are probably trying a bit too hard to get the ball wide, and not running enough dummy runners just to hold the defense and get them thinking about two things to defend rather than it's too simple. That we were trying to get the ball out wide and we're going for the missed pass when it should be just hands on ball, just pass it to the next guy, bring in the defender, give it to the next good ball carrier. But 2 interceptions, just as...
You've been really hurt by those interception tries. We've not seen the best of the Islanders, Enoki. How much have they been let down by simple basics, particularly in the line-out?
Yeah, at the moment it looks like we've only got 2 options to go to, the middle or the back, and again the science of catching the ball and then line out has come on a bit, and they're just stealing ball really well, and it's tough to have a hooker throw to a position that the opposition have already marked up.
Let's hope for some sort of comeback by them in the second half. Thank you for now.
Cheers, Sonia.
So 31-5 at half-time. How did it happen? Well, I suppose the match facts say it all. You know, a lot of possession there for Wales. Took them a while to finally score, but look at that. Possession 58%, total territory 55%, but they're the ones scoring the tries, 4 tries to 1. But I suppose it's the errors, particularly for the Pacific Islands, that say it all. A few missed tackles, but a few missed tackles for Wales too. But it's the lineouts, I suppose, are having problems, and the set pieces for the Pacific Islands. And finally, well, Wales scored the tries, but they're struggling out there, the Islanders, aren't they, lads?
I think when a new team comes together, it's not easy, particularly from 3 countries. You even see it in the Welsh play that this is a team completely different bar one from last week, and they're struggling to play a set pattern with one another. and it takes time to read one another. The Islanders, we know, are going to come in with big tackles. They're going to run from anywhere, but that's probably been their problem.
I mean, it's very pretty throwing these, 20-yard passes, but it's not coming to anything for the Pacific Islanders at all, is it, really?
No, that's right. They're struggling to settle as a team. This is a big arena. It's a big game for them. It's difficult to come in on a week, and they've been exposed really in a set piece where we spend hours practicing these days. Wales have combated that quite well, and they've exploited it, and it's given the Wales possession. And we've seen some great individual tries. The boys have fronted up well as well. They've defended superbly well against what has been pretty average Pacific Islands defence so far. They come in as one runners, they're quite flat, so they're not really posing that many questions at the moment.
It was Mark Jones who first tore apart that defence with his try there. He's had a good afternoon, isn't he, Jerry?
He is. He's had a class season with Llanelli so far. This is the build-up to it, and I thought Alan Wynne-Jones was going to mess it up because there's only 3 defenders, and look at all the Welsh attackers. And they've only got to straighten up, take the defenders out, and there's overlaps, and they're down the line, and they're going to score easily. But Alan Wynne-Jones, I never like to see a forward in the line unless they've got intelligence. But they managed to recycle the ball. Got the dubious pass there, but this is good dancing down the wing. I think he's been watching Matty Dawson and the boys on the show. But he's in form, and he deserves his opportunity. Now this is the pass from Hook. Is that forward? Well, I'm afraid with my vision and that replay, that's definitely forward, but it's been missed by the officials. There's not a great deal at stake here for both teams, so it's nice at the end that we see this skill and we see the try.
You can't let a forward pass get in the way of such a great finish there.
No, that's world-class finishing. It is, isn't it?
I'll agree with you.
That's fantastic. Fair play to him.
Now, you're always going to expect a couple of intercept tries when you're playing these guys, but James Hook, well, he was the man of the moment still with that intercept.
Well, we've got this. This is the Islanders attacking it early on in the first half, and they're too flat. They're looking. It's easy to defend against. Welsh defence can just come up and take them out at their ease. What the Islanders are doing is looking for some kind of inspiration, individual inspiration, which is when you're against a well-organised side, it's difficult. Here comes the try again. They're all flat. And it just takes a little canny fly half come inside centre to spot this, and you're going to have a little sneak up. And as the ball comes out, we're going to see James Hook just sneak through the hole there. He's read the situation, and it's simple. And you give away easy tries like that, you're going to find it difficult to get into the game.
Of course, you're not going to get all your tries from intercepts. You were saying, Ryan, that really Wales needs to just tighten things up a wee bit, focus up, do the simple stuff well, and the tries will come. And it almost happened immediately, I suppose, with Kevin Morgan's try in 31 minutes. Yeah,
that's right. They do simple line-out ball, and they've just run a pretty simple move against an average Pacific Islands defence, and you've got the rewards.
Ross, the Islanders' defence is a bit dog-legged, and you just can't do that. And if we look at the fly-half PC, he's the guy to watch because he just goes walkabout. He turns his head. Sweeney and Parker work their magic and they're through. And then a nice pass. And another great Welsh try.
Yes, certainly they look like they're going to cause trouble when they just go through the phases, go through the set pieces, Ryan. Is that how they're going to play the second?
Yeah, I think that's key. And I think it'll open up a lot more opportunities for them towards the end of this half now, because they're going to be posing a lot more questions, I think, this half by doing the simple things well. We've seen that as we go through the phases, the more phases we string together, the more opportunities that will come from that.
It's really hard to keep your discipline when you're playing against a side that's just been thrown together. You want to impress because, as Ryan said, there's still supposed places up for grab against Canada and particularly New Zealand. So the Welsh guys want to impress, but sometimes you just have to put that to one side and do things simply as a team. But I think what Wales are doing particularly well is in defence, because the Islanders are so flat. They're pushing up. We saw the interception from James Hook, and just before the end, we saw another one. I think Lee Byrne is obviously, like any good poaching winger, is always out on the look for things like this. And it's a long pass, which they don't really need to do. They need to just take the ball into contact and get some continuity going. And Lee has just spotted it, intercepted it, and tried. And that was straight after the Islanders just got back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, you really feel the floodgates are going to open in this second half a bit, don't you, Ryan?
Yeah, I can't see how it's not going to as long as we keep the ball. There's no reason why we can't run in the same again second half. Again, we've said the boys looking to make a mark, so this is a great opportunity. We've seen some great finishing from Mark, and it's time for the other boys now to stand up and be counted.
I think the Islanders could do with a bit of Jerry Guscott coaching. If you feel your team needs a bit of coaching, you might want to watch this.
Is your rugby team leaking tries right, left and centre?
Hi, I'm Jerry Guscott.
Well, help is at hand.
I'm here with my old mucker.
The BBC Sport Academy is running a competition to win a training session with former England stars Brian Moore and Jeremy Guscott. All you need to do is tell us why Brian and Jerry should visit your team. We've got the coaches. All we need now is the team. For all the information on how to win the training session of a lifetime, log on to the BBC Sport Academy website, bbc.co.uk/Sport Academy.
So there we have it.
There you go, bbc.co.uk/Sport Academy if you could do with a bit of help in your team. Well, Scotland are in action today again up in Murrayfield. They got Romania and, well, a bit of history made today. A young man by the name of Beattie, well, I think this will say it all, to be honest.
Scotland electing to go pick and go. Oh, White hammers through a tackle, gives it to Beattie. Beattie, oh my word. Wow, his man had a bit of pace. Young Beattie scores on his first game for Scotland.
Well, that was a young Johnny Beattie scoring the try. I can tell you that it was his dad, John Beattie, commentating on the match. So I think that's probably a first. Just catch up with Italy, how they're faring against Australia. Doing quite well, 18-20, that's the latest there. A tight game there in Twickenham, 10-9 against Argentina. You can see the highlights of that game tonight at 7 p.m. on BBC 3. As you saw there, Beattie's try adding to Scotland's scoreline there of 23 against Romania. And here in the Millenium Stadium, it's 31-5 for Wales against the Pacific Islands. Let's just quickly catch up in the Premiership. 8 games there today. And this is how it all looks at the moment. Just one goal at Chelsea against Watford, scoreless in the rest. And Wigan, they're one up against Charlton, so not a lot of goals so far in the Premiership. Of course, if you want to know more about what's going on in the football world today, just press that red button for Score Interactive with Ray and the guys. Well, it's 31-5 here in the Millenium Stadium. Jerry, what do the Islanders have to do to try and turn this around?
What they've got to do is play a bit more sensible rugby, just be a bit more straightforward, be a bit more classic, as in line, win your set piece, be steady. They've got big guys who can hit up the middle and then play their fancy stuff from there. They just need a bit more pattern to their game. OK, let's cross back over to Jonathan Davis and Nick Mullins.
Yes, I suspect one of the watchwords in the Islanders' dressing room at half-time might have been honour. They're playing for their honour today. It's an historic day for Pacific Islands rugby, something they'll remember for the rest of their lives, and they need to stand up in the second half.
Yeah, another thing they've got to do is stop throwing missed passes for intercept. That's another thing.
It's a little easier to sort out, actually. Just hang on to the ball.
One thing I got to say that Wayne Barnes had a good game as a referee, not the most intense game maybe, but you know, he's handled it very, very well. Good tackle.
There's Thomas on Rambini.
Now hands away.
Welsh tackling has, by and large, been good. They were worried, I think, a little bit about the defensive positioning against Australia as much as anything in the first 20 minutes a week ago. They had words about that, the midfield in particular, but against some big, hard runners, they've held water. And this is Morgan over halfway.
Great
again.
pass.
Thomas up on his shoulder in support. Popham over the 10-metre line. Getting the ball away before the contact comes, which is what they're trying to do now. And it's a terrific ball inside to Lee Byrne, who's still going. Strong, forceful run by the Osprey.
Great start. It's got to go wide.
Thomas decides to reset. Having done that, he's got to squeeze the ball back on the red side.
Turnover, switch on.
He hasn't managed to do that. Railuni, there's his Railuni, the Saracen scrum half, feeds to Tusi-Pisi, and Pisi off his right boot finds touch. But a bright, energetic start for Wales in this second half.
Very good start, and we mentioned Mark Jones looking sharp. Lee Byrne as well, putting his hand up. Very, very strong run. Great hands once again. Shows pace, power, good step, ball retention. Doesn't panic, goes to ground. And really, if I would have gone wide, that could have been another try. Very athletic, Tondi class, played a bit of rugby league as well.
Captain, your call. Yeah, of course.
Ball wasn't straight in the lineouts. It is one of the concerns about Reece Thomas that he doesn't perhaps have the accuracy of Matthew Reece, the Methley Scarlet's counterpart. It was the reason that Gareth Jenkins was saying last week that he lost his place before the Australia match. It's something that he is working on.
And it's something that you can work on, and you know, he's a very good player. He's developed very well over the last 2 seasons. Very agile, very quick around the park, very powerful, good ball carrier, and yeah, it's a great fight for that number 2 jersey for Wales.
Yes, Thomas playing in 11 consecutive tests before he missed the Argentine tour.
Let's go, please.
Big cheer, by the way, was the score from Twickenham. Argentina leading by 12 points to 11, which for some reason has pleased the locals.
No, play on, play on.
I don't know why.
Match kicked off at the same time as us, a half-2 kick-off in southwest London. Tusi Pisi inside to Haleti Pole.
No hands.
Raluni to PC. Rambini tried to find Mapasua, decided to hang on to the ball. Leicester and London Irish combining in midfield for the Pacific Islands. PC inside to the try scorer. Bar, big tackle by Popham.
Move.
Oh, I think it was Aliman Jones actually.
Was it Jones?
Tackle,
it was, yeah.
Someone's got their finger on the button. Can they take it off?
This is Nililatu.
No hands.
Now then, Mapasua goes on his own, and the defence suddenly went AWOL. And Salala Mapasua, despite the early pressure from the Welsh, scores the first try of the second half. Salala Mapasua went through a yawning gap.
A little bit of obstruction there on Kevin Morgan, but he knows he's going to score. Oh, he is delighted. So what you want, look. It's a lovely dummy inside. That's the ball, great ball, and they recycle it. As the ball comes out, boom. Overlap there. Try.
That's well, he arrived in the Guinness Premiership with a big reputation. Arrived from Otago last month. He was part of the New Zealand under-19 side that won the World Cup here in Wales in 1999. Good signing for London Irish. And well, it wasn't the toughest of tries for him, was it, in truth? But
no.
It needed to be finished, and Mapasua finished it.
There's a little bit of obstruction, though. Not intentional. But just what they needed, really.
Something to fly the flag about. PC from a higher kicking tee. He swapped his tee during the kicking session yesterday. A lower tee wasn't working. Let's see how the high one.
Maybe they should swap the kicker.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been in, so here we are. It's a lovely break, and it's the offload that makes it. Throws a dummy, Latu comes in, gets inside of Duncan Jones, and then flips the pass. And as the ball goes on, they don't panic, but just stop it there a minute. Just keep an eye on these two here, okay? Running on, Kevin Morgan goes out, he goes out. The prop really gets in his way, and that's a try.
Make sure, move.
Not intentional, but just a prop forward doing his job.
It was 31-5, it's now 31-10, and Wales from the kick-off are pressing again, picked up by Rambini.
Run away, 8! Back feet.
Railuni goes on his own, the experienced 31-year-old, but will come back for an earlier knock-on. The Islanders will have the scrum. Well, it's the 50th Test match at the Millenium Stadium. You may remember the first was against South Africa back in June 1999. This wonderful arena celebrating its half-century of big matches today. And it Looks as if for the first time in 9 months, Wales are going to mark that 50th match with a win, leading as they are by 31 points to 10, and that's an interesting kick, and Mark Jones is watching this with interest. Jumped with Fartal. The ball was knocked on by Jones, but there was an element of the gamble about that, Jonathan.
Well, yes. 31-10 down now. They need to take a gamble. Total control, Wales.
Hasn't won a match yet. Not far away from breaking that duck. Alan Phillips on the left, the team manager, and
who'd have thought?
Roland Phillips as well on the right-hand
forwards.
side.
Look, the brains of West Rugby, 4 forwards. Incredible, isn't it?
Robin McBride.
No, I think they'd be delighted with the situation at the moment. You know, the way the autumn has gone, they'd have been disappointed at not beating the Australians. You know, this is should be a good result for them. And then Canada and the big one at the end, New Zealand.
PC. Lee Byrne being challenged and well challenged by Ratuvu, chased him down well, but Byrne manages to slip out of the tackle. Ball was knocked on. The Islanders will have the scrum.
Just, where's now one thing, they don't want to get ragged and drawn into this game of an open, free game. They need some kind of structure and pattern to it.
Come down, crouch and hold. Engage. Let's go. Stay on 7.
Of a retreating scrum, the Islanders get it away to Mapasua, linking neatly with PC.
Run away, no hands down.
Lily Latu making sure that the ball was available, and the referee Wayne Barnes getting in the way of Rai Looney temporarily. Little kick into space, which Kevin Morgan was aware of. Morgan always keen to expand from his 22, but now he needs the help of his forwards to win it back.
Hands away, White. No, 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 White. Hands off. Hands off. Simon, back you go, please. Like that.
The overlap here.
Yeah, Jones inside to Popham. He has Sonny Parker inside, and Hook is calling for it outside. Mark Jones inside. Mapasua makes the tackle. Still they go, and Sweeney scores. The breakaway from their own half. Sweet hands. A sweet try for Kerry Sweeney.
Great play, lovely ball. Popham reads it well inside. Sonny Parker adds the injection of pace. Mark Jones, he thought he was in, but a great tackle by Mapasua. But nice offload. Sweeney, good support play, gets his reward. There's the injection of pace. That's the crucial part of this movement. Lovely ball. Jonesy thinks he's in. Tap tackled. As I said, great reward for good support. Simple.
And off the pile of sand, Kerry Sweeney adds the conversion, and Wales have a 28-point lead because of this try.
Yeah, post come. Mark Jones thinks he's in. Has the awareness to offload. Simple try. And that's what happens from an offload. Defences totally at 6 and 7s. Exploited.
Wales 38, the Pacific Islands 10, and Kerry Sweeney has done well. Difficult job for him. Stephen Jones injured, and James Hook having made such an impression last Saturday, and a lot of pressure on Sweeney today.
Yeah, and he's responded extremely well, Kerry Sweeney.
One shot, please. Number 8, White.
Islanders making a replacement. Relative, you may recognise Epi Taione, the Tongan back rower, now playing his club rugby in Japan, but a well-known face. Used to play for Sale and for Newcastle. She left Sale under something of a cloud. He was suspended for biting, given a long ban, and he decided that he would leave honourably. But it's good to see Epi Taione back in these shorts, and he replaces Haile Tipoli in the back row. And Shane Williams is gearing himself up to come on for Wales.
5 White! 5 White! Back you go.
Mark Jones is the man who will be brought off for Williams. Meantime, here goes Hook inside to Gavin Thomas, runs straight into Sarah Rambini, which ought to carry a health risk. And Wales are shifting the ball pleasantly now. Lee Byrne comes inside just over the 10-metre line. Taken on by Sidoli, ever present in the last two Six Nations tournaments. Back involved today. Sweeney, who's barely put a foot wrong. Inside to Hook. Sonny Parker dances inside. Phillips to Morgan. He's wrapped up, but he makes sure that he turns so the ball comes back on the red side. Phillips to Owen.
And run away, no hands, no hands.
Lots of possession, not much progress at the moment. Phillips to Thomas, and there was obstruction. Two players bumping into each other, and a lot of huff and puff. Not much of a result. Here's the substitution we were talking about. Shane Williams will come on to win his 41st cap. Tries in his last two tests against Argentina in the summer and Australia last week. Mark Jones, who scored his try.
Played very well, I think, Mark Jones as well.
Good in the tackle, good in the tackle, it's good.
Great to see Mark Jones back in the international arena. Terrific finisher.
Engage, let's go.
Oh, when it gets ahead. Don't see that often.
That's unusual. It's a new look Pacific Islands front row struggling, and Wales looking to make the most of it, but it's all broken down, and Phillips in the end has to sweep up, and they couldn't make the most of that. And now Phillips and Lome Fartau having a word with each other.
It's quite handy with his mitts. Old Mike Phillips. Comes from a family of boxers, so it's a little nudge. Instead of leaving it go, comes looking for it.
3. Go.
There's a sense that the Islanders line-out is beginning to operate a little better with Mahonri Schwolger throwing in. This is Epi Taioni. Free kick given. Seno Satiti still on the deck, getting himself back up now rather gingerly as Rauluni feeds PC inside to Mapasua, and Lomi Fartau coming in off his wing. We've not seen much of Fartau in the match, and the ball went forward, but it went forward because the Welsh were knocking it back themselves, and interestingly, a bit of back chat.
Kick the ball away. Run away in the tackle.
Rhys Thomas kicked the ball away, and that's the reason that they've lost 10 metres. You want to turn the round ball game, who'll be watching that with interest. Have a chat with the referee, and it will cost you 10 metres, and it might cost more as well, because the yellow card is now very much an option. The international board, the game's governing body, are very, very keen to cut out any kind of dissent. Lee Byrne, a little bit of cramp. Wayne Bounds, for the time being, keeps his card in his pocket. Now then, can Tusi PC
superb now, he's straightened up.
hit a kick? In fairness, he hasn't even been close with the first two, has he?
No, this should be
Gents, you're breaking up quite a lot.
Quite an easy kick for him, really.
PC PC. Sorry. He was practicing assiduously yesterday. Is all that work about to become 3 points? There have been more attractive kicks, but they still just were worth 3 points, and PC has his first. It's 38 points to 13.
Intermittent.
The second biggest cheer of the day greets the news that it's England 10, Argentina 19, as Adam Jones comes on, and Chris Horseman, who might have been playing in that match at Twickenham, but opted instead, Horseman, to play for Wales rather than England, and Horseman's done his job. And Adam Jones, who's one of the unsung heroes, really, but he's been anchoring that Wales scrum for 2 or 3 years now, very, very effectively.
Might be a very different atmosphere at Twickenham at the moment, I believe.
God, you're enjoying it. As are 55,000 others around here. We're back underway with the match that we're concentrating on at the moment. It was taken in by Dan Leo, keeping England's Joe Worsley out of the Wasps team at the moment. Now Looney to PC to Rambini. Driven on by the replacement Tyoni. This is better stuff from the Islanders. Nili Latu up to halfway, does well to get the ball back inside to Lingiri. And they are linking up impressively at the moment. They've driven the ball 50, 60 metres. Ratuvu almost up to the 22, but the ball spills loose. It's still there, and Michael Owen has to chug back to make sure there is no danger.
Oh, that's what they can do, isn't it? Turn it very, very quickly.
Hold on. Yeah, go on, Matt.
Islanders about to change their hooker. Worcester's Aleki Lutui is warming up as Shane Byrne gets some ice treatment from the physio Mark Davis.
Yeah. I think
the replacement Schwalger going off.
Yeah, hasn't had the most successful day at the line out.
There's Lutui, experiencing his first season in the Northern Hemisphere. He threw the darts in against Leicester last weekend, and he's on now for the Islanders.
17 red, 5 red, 5 red.
He's in the arms of Dan Leo. 23rd man when Wasps came here in the Powergen Cup semi-finals, as it was the back end of last season. He's thrilled to be playing today, and they're marching their way up the touchline, the Islanders. This is a good spell of pressure from them. Looney to PC. This is Mapasua. It's ball out wide, and this is looking very, very good, and they'll score the try, will they? It's a terrific try. Kameli Ratuvu.
He is a very, very quick guy, isn't he?
Oh, a bright, bright future predicted by all of those in the know in the South Seas, and we can see why. That was some finish from Kameli Ratuvu.
Just watch him. Wide ball, one dummy runner, one missed pass. He just gets on the outside. Great pace, inside ball, and again, this is all down to pace. Sonny Parker thinks he's got him covered. So is Kerry Sweeney. Lovely feet, power and pace. This is it. He gets on the outside of Kevin Walker, but it's the pace at which he hits the ball surprises Sonny Parker, and a change of feet and angle gets on the outside of Sweeney. What a great finish again.
Pat Lam and Shane Howarth have a bit to chew on. It's wide out on the left-hand side for PC.
Another game, you know, breaks up a little bit, gets a bit looser. That is what they can do.
Ooh.
Great kick.
All of a sudden,
yep,
he's found his kicking boots, and it's a 7-point try. And Ratuvu, who's been a regular with Saracens this season, and well, the club's South Sea Islanders, and there are plenty of them, lobbied the club to sign this man, and we have a little glimpse there of why they were so keen to get him.
Great feet, great feet. And they're not going to play conservative now, are they?
Sweeney trips up the line.
They don't want to be loose now, Wales. Don't want to kick loose ball away, because these balls will go and go and go.
Oh, is that a high tackle? It's Lutui, who I think is going to have a word with the referee, is he? It's Rambini.
No cards, it's okay. Just be careful. One in the first half. That was reactionary. Next one gives me no option.
Next time it will be a yellow card, and here it is.
And there's the intercept. Yeah, just a grab, nothing else.
He will try and push this as close to the 22 as possible. He didn't really have much of an angle. Now, a moment for Gavin Evans, the Llanelli Scarlet centre. This is his debut. 22-year-old who's been busy bursting holes in opposing defences this season.
Yeah, played really well for the Scarlets this year. Boy from Llangenech. Well done. Congratulations, Gavin.
Captain!
Owen pulling the troops in. Secondary drive comes on, and Phillips delivers to Sweeney. Inside to Parker. Dances his way through. He had the support of Evans. Already in the thick of things. And a Welsh international, Gavin Evans, and lots and lots of impressive reviews coming from most of the games he's been playing in this season.
Well, this is going to be a great attacking position for Wales. Something that they do on the training paddock should happen here. Strong scrum, dictate which way they're going to go.
Make sure there's a hole.
Fantastic position to attack.
No, crouch and hold. Engage.
Wales with three backs on the left and three backs on the right. They go to the right. Phillips, and the ball was knocked on by Sonny Parker.
Advantage over. We'll play that.
Yawning hole, terrific opportunity. And Sonny Parker, who hasn't done much wrong, didn't do that right. And this is Kevin Morgan trying to re-establish the situation. Terrific run from Morgan.
Great pickup.
By Rhys Thomas, yeah.
Great skills.
Phillips.
They come left.
Back to Jones. This is the new man, Evans. Taken on by Popham. Phillips again. Sweeney. Evan, Williams. This is Morgan. Little chip through, looking for James Hook. But Norman Lingerie was aware of the possibilities, and this is Mapasua. And you can see what he does. Difficult to bring down. Ball knocked backwards by Rhys Thomas.
You took the man without the ball.
And the penalty goes against Alan Wynne-Jones, the Osprey, for taking the man without the ball. And a breathless passage of play will end with a penalty.
Yes, when you won't be happy with this. Pushed off. Big step. Off Rhys Thomas. What a great pickup. What a bit of skill for him from a hooker. Rhys Thomas is tracking him. Up. Half volley. Good offload as well. Good play.
There you go, Tam. Take the man without the ball.
Well, let's go down to the touchline for a South Seas perspective. There he is, Inoki Afiaki with half a foot in Wales, half a foot still in the South Seas. What are you seeing, Inoki?
Yeah, the Ireland boys are now playing. They're getting the ball through the hands, and they're running some really good ball carries in there. They're hitting the ball at pace. So when they do make the tackle line, they're going forward, and they're producing faster ball for the backs to reuse again. So now we're seeing more of the type of play that I came here to watch today. The Welsh players haven't stopped playing as well as they started the game with. So it's now, if we could start the game again from scratch, this will be good.
Yes, they're in. Well, we can ask.
Let's start again.
You've noticed the substitution. Ma'ama Molatika, the Tongan lock, is on for Dan Leo. And this is Thomas to Popham, the back rowers combining, and James Hook clearing under some pressure from Nililatu, and under some pressure gets a very, very good kick away. It's 10 or 12. That's what Gareth Jenkins and the crew will be chewing on over the next few months. And some talk as well that maybe Gavin Henson could go to fullback to accommodate both Stephen Jones when he's fit and...
Then you forget about Kevin Morgan, don't you?
Well, it's not a bad position to be in, is it?
No,
it's a real sign of the increasing strength of depth here.
Exactly, just picking the right combination, isn't it?
Here goes Mapasua. to the substitute who came on very early on, Kameli Ratuvu, the Saracen. TCPC intercepted, but the ball was knocked forward by Rhys Thomas in the end.
Again, nearly an intercept. Now it counts as a knock-on, but that is nearly another intercept.
Good first scrummage, thank you. Good first scrummage, thank you. Good first scrummage.
15 minutes to go. Lots of statistics in the bottom left-hand corner.
Stay up, lads. No ball, no
but as always, the only ones that really matter are the top left-hand.
Stay up.
And they say that Wales
Still
lead by 38 points to 20, and
Still
we're into the last quarter of an hour.
Still no ball. Come down, crouch hold, engage, let's go.
This is an area that the Islanders have held their own in. There's been one ball against the head, but otherwise that's been pretty sound possession for them from the scrum. Hard work on the machine leading up to the match.
There's no doubt they will improve, you know, as the autumn series prolongs.
Yes, they go to Scotland in Edinburgh next weekend, and then they help say goodbye to the old Lansdowne Road as an international venue. They play Ireland last weekend in November. A couple of weeks for Pat Lam to work with the boys, and they hope that this is the start of a long road for this new entity, the Pacific Islands, Samoa, Tonga and Fiji coming together. It's the way that these players will get better and start to challenge the best in the world like Wales on a more consistent, regular basis. That's the plan anyway.
And white 3.
The international board are working hard to promote that development as well. They've set up this summer a Pacific Isles 5 Nations tournament. Samoa, Fiji and Tonga are all involved. Japan and the Junior All Blacks make up the quintet. So the smaller nations are being given the chance to shine as the changes continue to be rung. That's Tavita Tamapeo, the Worcester prop, who's gone off. He's been replaced by Census Johnston, who will be playing for Saracens at the end of this little autumn run for the Islanders. Meantime, we're back underway. This is Sweeney to James Hook. And again, it's been another unhurried, unflustered afternoon from that young man.
So, 3 man. 3 plus 1, yes? 3 plus 1.
Plenty for the Pacific Islands to look forward to. Plenty for Wales to look forward to as well. Canada are here next Friday. It's on BBC Two Wales if you live in these parts. If it's not, then press the red button. It'll be on interactive. Gareth Jenkins and Wales continue their rebuilding before New Zealand come here to finish off the Invesco Perpetual Autumn programme.
Number 2 on the ball.
Penalty
Number 2 lay on top of
against
the ball,
Rhys Thomas, preventing the release of the ball, as you heard Wayne Barnes explain to us. He's a busy operator in the loose, isn't he? We've been talking about the accuracy that you need at the line-out, but he offers so much out wide and
puts a tackle in. Doesn't roll away, does he? It's very difficult to think that he can roll away from there.
Yeah, you took the ball with you, though, so it's going to be a penalty. 4, 6, 6.
this is Latui. Quite a reputation for himself when he was with North Harbour. First season, as we were saying, with Worcester. Try line is not far away. The ball was knocked forward. And Wales will have possession at the scrum.
I don't think now Wales will want to finish with a bit of a blasting up.
Mike Phillips feeds the scrum. I don't think he's going to be on much longer because Gareth Cooper is warming up on the far side and another substitution about to be made. Some defensive work though before all that can happen. Linking up nicely, this is Rambini. Acceleration was provided by Seremiah Bai, who's just come on as a replacement. Dangerous bouncing ball, but it won't count. The referee's whistle had gone a long time ago. And Moses Railuni's moment of glory is denied.
Yeah, clear knock on by Ravini. Looking to offload again the tackle. This is the awkward bounce. Up.
Popham drives through. Enjoyed more international recognition since moving from Leeds down to Llanelli a year or so ago, and he seems to be much more than an impact player these days. That's how coaches seem to view him. A couple of years back, but moved back from the Premiership, working back home, and winning plenty of international opportunities these days, Alex Popham. Now 3 substitutions. Hugh Bennett is on, Gareth Cooper is on, and it was Jonathan Thomas as well, just creeping in left. There's Gareth Cooper, and his first appearance since England in the Six Nations at the start of the year, Gareth Cooper. He's on for Phillips, confirmation on the screen. Michael Owen off for Jonathan Thomas, and Rhys Thomas off for Hugh Bennett. Welcome return to Test match rugby for him as well. He's had a couple of years in the cold. Recalled for the summer tour to Argentina, and Hugh Bennett, the Ospreys hooker, gets his go against these muscular Islanders who haven't given up. Into the final 10 minutes, it's just 18 points. It might have been much more, but they've not been falling away so far, and Wales are still in a match. Tusi PC. Oh, what's he doing here? He had to work very hard to find Sarah Rambini, and Rambini's tackled by Parker. Ball runs loose. This is Hook. Finds Cooper to Morgan. Assesses the options. Decides to reset the ball. Cooper. Shane Williams. Pristine red shirt and white shorts. Suggests he's not been overly busy since he came on.
Yeah, had to be a penalty.
And the reason the ball came back on the Samoan side because there were hands in the ruck.
And there's Epi Tayoni. There we are, look. We want more possession in the second half with the Pacific Islanders. Territory just edging it in that department as well.
He was practicing that yesterday.
He's played really well today, and he's been solid, Kerry Sweeney. Controlled the game very, very well.
Yes, he's bossed the game, and that was the challenge laid down, wasn't it? And familiar face, Neil Jenkins, the world record point scorer.
Yes.
He's worked hard with Sweeney, and
well, he's
seen some reward.
Yeah, with all of them, you know, he's a great asset to Welsh management. His controlling of the game and his goal kicking were fantastic.
The Islanders have changed their scrum half. Junior Polunana is on for Moses Railuni as Wales continue to attack with Alan Wynne-Jones, who would have enjoyed his first match in Cardiff. And still they drive.
On his own.
Cooper to Sweeney, all lining up to the right-hand side. Sonny Parker cuts back inside and just shoves off the challenge of Seremiah Bai. Shane Williams to Duncan Jones, back to Williams. Oh, and if the ball could have come out, they will have the opportunity. They still might. Williams inside to Hugh Bennett. Lovely sidestep. Oh, an uncompromising challenge from Latui. Hooker on hooker, but the try line is still there for Wales. Ball's coming back on the red side. Cooper to Hook, assesses the options. Thomas being held up by his opposite number, Nili Latu. Crowd urging them for at least one more score before we all go home. It might come via Morgan. Inside to Sonny Parker again. He straightens the lineup. Cooper runs without the ball. Oh, clever play. Clever play from Jonathan Thomas.
Hands away!
Between his legs to keep the move going. Cooper to Bennett. Cooper again. Really testing the Pacific Islanders' defence. Williams. Oh, nice play from Alan Wynne-Jones, but well, they'll come back. There was a forward pass. There was a penalty before then. And again, lots of movement.
I think this could have been for a late tackle. There's the forward. Yeah, he's away. Watch his skill from Jonathan Thomas. Whoop. Great pass. Great pass. Yeah. And I think someone's walking. There's a great tackle. Bennett thought he was over. Poleaxed. I think once he gets up, he's going off. Yeah, go and stretch on the bench.
Late hit on number 10.
Easy peasy. There we are.
Yeah, I've still got you. How long to go?
Yes, the warning was clear from Wayne Barnes. They have had 2 warnings, and 2CPC takes it for the team, really. His late tackle was a late tackle too many. And the Islanders will spend the last 5 minutes of this match with just 14 players, and they've got some reshuffling to do because the fly half has gone.
7.
Keep an eye on how they respond. They've got some defensive work to do first of all. Hugh Bennett with his first race since coming on and finds Rob Sidoli, and now the drive will be attempted by the Welsh pack. Defence was there quickly, waiting for it.
Hands away, White. There's the ball. Back you go. Keep rolling, White. Hands away.
That's the try line.
Hands away. No hands, White. Hands off, 90.
Cooper waits. Sweeney, ball inside. Oh, and it was very, very nearly a debut try for Gavin Evans, but the move is still alive. Morgan, who continues to busy himself. Cooper to Sonny Parker. Jonathan going through the process of working out his man of the match at the moment. Somebody here could win the honour with something special. Will it be this man? Kerry Sweeney out to James Hook. Morgan again. Oh, there's a lovely pass from Morgan to set up the opportunity. It was a big, big tackle, though, from Epi Taioni.
Yeah.
And Morgan is still down. And I wonder if Wayne Barnes will want to have a little word about that.
No, he's all right, I think. Kevin Morgan saw him come in, just had a little glance at him. Watch this, give and take. Oh, he sees him come in.
How many?
Ooh, if that's not high, Jonathan, I'm not sure what is.
Well, he was going down as well. Just watch.
Keep going. Only hooker.
Yeah, took a bit of a clout in the back of the head. He's all right, though, I think.
Watch his stop, gents. He's right on top of the play.
Most importantly, Wayne Barnes thought it was all right, and Kevin Morgan is back on his feet. The line-outs belongs to the Pacific Islanders, though, and they, remember, are defending a man down, and they go long. Find Willie Latu.
Stay back, feet. No hands. Not on the floor, 6.
Well into the final 5 minutes of this match.
And roll away, Red. Keep rolling. Waiting.
Jimmy Polinano.
Roll away. Hands away.
Scrum half.
Back feet. Waiting. Not a problem. And roll 19.
Polinano feeding Taioni.
They're
Rambini.
going to go.
Neat play. Chipped on by Ratuvu. If he can gather the bouncing ball, there'll be options here. Fartau challenging Evans. And
well played.
Oh, Evans did very well, but still the threat's there. Needs to get the ball back on the red side, and Wales scrambling defence got themselves out of a hole. This is Cooper. Half thought about running, kicks into space and finds touch.
Thank you very much. I'll find out when they all get here. Full line.
Oh, I can't remember the last time Jonathan agonised over a man of the match quite so much, but who is it?
Yeah, I think a couple of names, Duncan Jones and Kerry Sweeney played really well, but for me, the Invesco Perpetual man of the match today has been Sonny Parker. He's had a solid game. defensively and attacking. He put a bit of pace onto every movement. Organised defence. So it is Sonny Parker, and here he is.
Could have been running a restaurant. He's still playing Test match rugby for Wales, though, and winning Jonathan's vote. And Shane Williams bounds on Kerry Sweeney, who must have been very close. Willie Latu with the big tackle on Jonathan Thomas, and that hurt. So Latu punches above his weight. And the penalty against the Islanders for not rolling away, taken quickly by Cooper. Hook takes the tackle and has the presence of mind to find Morgan. Hugh Bennett over the 10-metre line, needs the support of Sweeney, cuts inside, Sweeney going. Shane Williams with the ball, it went forward. We'll have a look at that again, but Wayne Barnes was well positioned. A rueful smile from Kerry Sweeney, and Williams denied.
You'd have thought there Sweeney comes in. I don't think that's forward. Let's have a look at this. This should show it, shouldn't it? Tries to fend in, looks for the offload. Well, if that's forward, what is even... Where was Wayne Barnes?
Well, it's ironic, isn't it? Because we all criticise referees and touch judges these days for not giving clearly forward passes, but well, on that occasion he gave a forward pass for one that was clearly backwards.
As Jerry said, the forward pass came to Mark Jones' try, so you know, equals itself out, doesn't it?
Come down,
into the final half a minute here in Cardiff, and Wales are half a minute away from a job well done. Difficult, awkward, muscular challenge has been provided by these Islanders, and they've come through it. Jeremiah Bai trying to go out with a bang. Next time the ball goes dead, Wayne Barnes ought to blow the whistle to signal the end to proceedings. Rambini. The Islanders won't want to kick it into touch. Latui drives on.
Run away! Not the side. Can someone take their finger off the button? Run away, no hands!
Takes them up to the 22.
No, no hands!
Polonana.
No hands now! Not in the side, 8, wait, 8.
They've got a long way to go. Another 75 metres.
Hands away! Is that time?
Is there time for one more sevens moment of magic? From a team that haven't ever given up in this match. There were signs they were struggling early on, but they've really come back into it. Taken on by Norman Lingeary. They've made their way into Welsh territory. Taken a minute to do it. They'll have the penalty. Simon Raiwalui, the skipper, who's not let them stop running. Taken on by Ratuvu. Now then, break from Junior Polonana. He's rather short of numbers as lungs begin to burst. Census Johnston bursts in.
No full back here. Let's have a look for the kick.
Jeremiah Bai back inside to Ratuvu. Ratuvu still goes back to Bai. Is there to be a moment?
Two tackles.
Adam
Jones had to get to him.
Jones and Morgan combining, but they've gone from one end of the pitch to the other. Incessant, ambitious play, and right at the death, Census Johnston knocks on. Oh, Wales going to try and do something similar. Outcome of the match not in doubt.
It would be a great way to finish, wouldn't it?
Cooper.
Run away, no hands!
They go left, they score. If they go left to Shane Williams, they could score here. No, one way.
Thomas. Sonny Parker, the man of the match. Popham into touch. And the sound of the whistle to signal the end of the match, and the smile on the face of the man of the match will tell you that Wales have won by 38 points to 25 tries to 3. and that was a solid enough performance.
Yeah, very solid. They'd be very happy, all the Welsh players, and more importantly, all the Welsh management. And a lot of players have put their hands up for selection for the remaining 2 games of the autumn test series. So selection dilemmas for Gareth Jenkins. Slightly disappointed with the Pacific Islanders, because I thought they'd come here with a better effort, but they have been thrown together and they will get better each week. So yeah, very, very happy camp. Look for the Canadians and then the New Zealanders.
Wales have won a test match for the first time in 9 months, for the first time since they saw off Scotland here in the Six Nations, and Gareth Jenkins, the new coach, is finally a winning coach. They've seen off the Pacific Islands by 38 points to 20.
Well, Ryan, it's a win. 38-20. It was 31-5 at half-time, of course, so possibly not the try-fest we expected from Wales in the second half, was it?
No, it kind of deteriorated, didn't it, as the second half went on and things got a bit scrappy. There was no pattern to it. Boys would try in, throwing 50-50s and stuff, and unfortunately they weren't coming off. But we've got to take the result. The boys will be over the moon with that, and some people put their hands up with good individual displays.
The fact that Wales leaked a few tries, something they should worry about, Jerry?
Not really. They won comfortably in the end, and the Pacific Islanders got stronger, which would be good for them. But Wales, another step in the right direction. OK, well, Wales did win the Invesco Perpetual Trophy. It's about to be presented now, so let's go back down pitch side. I don't know what, did you ask me, was it a concern if they leaked in the front?
Yes.
Well, Sonny Parker, congratulations. You must be relieved that you've reversed your decision to quit Test match rugby and come back with a win.
Oh, no, definitely. I really enjoyed it. It's quite a fast-paced game out there, so the Pacific Island boys played really well. Fair play to them. They came out, wanted to play some rugby. It was very hard to defend. You know what I mean? We had to chase it from side to side and everything. So it was a very quick game for me, and I haven't played a game like that for a while. So it's really exciting for myself.
And it's the first victory for Wales in 7 Test matches. So how relieved will this squad be to get back to winning ways?
Oh no, it's excellent for us. You know what I mean? Especially the squad here. There's a young team out there, and they had like a lot of guys had to prove themselves today. And personally, I thought they played really well.
Well done, Sonny Parker, Invesco Perpetual Man of the Match.
Yes, thank you.
Duncan Jones.
Well, Duncan Jones, don't disappear. Captain of Wales today, many congratulations. A cracking performance against Australia last week. Did that give you the confidence to come out here this week and play so well?
Yeah, I think, the start of the Australia game, Australia came out and they really caught us, but, the squad showed their spirit there. And, that built us in for a bit of confidence this week. There's a lot of competition in the squad, and I think we just developed on from last week.
You refer to competition for places. It's really bang on now, isn't it? How conscious are the players of having to step up to the mark every time?
Yeah, I think, it's a good environment to be in. The squad gets on well together, but when it comes to selection for the jersey, everyone's trying their hard to get in the starting team, so it's a good environment to be in, and, just long may that continue.
Canada next, and then, of course, the big one against New Zealand. How confident are you, Duncan, that it might be an unbeaten autumn for Wales?
I think, we have to take each game as it comes. We have to take Canada first, that'll be a big challenge, and that'll be a step on then to the All Blacks, who are obviously in good form, so we take it every game at a time and just try and build on our performances.
You are in good form. Well done, Duncan.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well, you think competition for a place in this team, Ryan Jones, is tough. Sonny Parker comes back from retirement, has a stormy game, man of the match. It's even got tougher now, isn't it?
Exactly, but it's the environment that Gal's trying to create is a competitive one, and hopefully it will breed success. We've seen it. You've only got to look at New Zealand at the moment. They've probably got 30 players that you struggle to pick a first 15 from, and we're fully aware that we need to get to that because of injuries. We've seen how the team was decimated last year with them, and it can happen at any point in this game. So it's just important that we get that culture in the country.
I'll tell you one thing you can pick up on. You listen to Sonny Parker there, who's not been involved in the squad for a while. Duncan Jones, the captain. There's a buzz in that environment, and I think it continues from Ruddock. Jenkins has come in, and the style. Wales have a style of playing now, which I think all squad members are comfortable with, and that in patches that showed through today at Millenium. But I think it's a good marker for them in the next games that are coming up, and in particular against New Zealand.
I mean, I suppose people would think, you know, the Pacific Islands only together 5 days. They did kind of look like it today. But against a team like that, Ryan, it's still difficult to grind out that victory, isn't it?
Exactly. It's a potential banana skin, isn't it? It's the old cliche, but it really was this week. You know, the boys had to put a performance together. We had very limited preparation we could do for the game. We had to focus on what we did, not knowing what they were going to bring to the table as such. So, you know, I think the boys did particularly well. You know, set piece seemed pretty safe, and they take a lot away from their defence as well. You know, they conceded a couple of tries, but there's nothing too much to worry about there. And you know, I think they ground out a good win in the end.
And just a quick word on Kerry Sweeney. What an embarrassment of riches at number 10 now for Wales, eh?
Very good. Hook played incredibly well last week. Sweeney's done nothing wrong, and so you know, it's a nice dilemma for Jenkins, the coach, to be in.
OK, well, Scotland were also in action today up in Murrayfield. They had Romania. It finished up 48-6 up there. And I think we might be able to show you the final try there. It was by scrum half Chris Cussiter. Before that, tries from Beattie on his debut, Hugo Southwell, Phil Goodman and Doogie Hall. But it was Chris Cussiter who finished things off. 48-6, it finished up there. But there's a scoreline there that might be popping you out and hitting you between the eyes at the moment. England beaten by Argentina today at Twickenham, 25-18. That is the 7th defeat in a row for this England team. It's got pretty bad there, I have to say. But look, it's Italy against Australia, running them pretty tight, 18-25. You can see more live rugby today, of course. Ireland against South Africa. That's live from Dublin. We'll be going there at 4:45. And tonight, if you can bear it, 7 o'clock, BBC 3, highlights from England against Argentina. That is going to be a pretty tough watch, I have to say. You can see all those rugby highlights on Sunday Grandstand tomorrow, as well as Grand Prix gymnastics from Glasgow. Can Beth Tweddle continue her medal-winning ways? That's tomorrow, BBC 2 from 3:05. Jerry, England, 7th defeat in a row. What are they going to do?
You look at what's coming out from Andy Robertson before this match. He said, you know, look at the positives from the New Zealand game. Yeah, I don't think they lost by as many of us thought they would, but they still got a good spanking. This week they were expected to come back and put in a performance that they were happy with, the crowd would be pleased with, but it doesn't look like it's happened. A couple of tries from Saki and Borshaw, but you know, if you're giving away penalties, you're always going to allow a team back into the game. He's got some serious problems, I think, with confidence. It's got to be low. The guys have got to be realistic. I think there's too much spin that comes out saying, you know, we can do better, we've created opportunities. You never look like winning the game. You never look like winning games at the moment, and that's where they've got to get real and go, right, where have we got to start from? There's too much spin, there's not enough kind of reality. That's what they need.
The result was met with cheers here, Ryan. It's going quite well in Wales, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it always does, isn't it? But no, you can't help but feel for them. They're obviously going through a bit of a rough patch at the moment, and you know, you got to hope that they come out of it the other side sooner rather than later if they're going to make a